Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Hope you're having a wonderful day out there. Now that the snow's on the ground, the winter activities can begin until it gets cold. Well, I mean, it's cold now, I guess, but, get out there, have some fun, enjoy it. Make some snowmen, do some skiing, I don't know, do whatever you gotta do. But you should also do these items as well. That's right, we're talking about some of the winter weather policies that the city has in place to make things just a little bit easier for everyone. And first and foremost, we turn our attention to fire hydrants. Yeah, if you have a fire hydrant on or near your property, please take the time to clear around it because in a fire, seconds count.
So the biggest reason we need to make sure that the space around the fire hydrants is clear is because we need to be able to access the fire hydrants as quickly as possible. In the case of a structure fire, that fire moves so quickly nowadays that seconds count. And if we need to take time clearing space so that we can access the fire hydrant, that's time that we're taking away from actually addressing the fire situation. So the faster we can establish a water supply, the faster we can start extinguishing that fire. Yeah, once you add in a snow factor, if a fire engine pulls up and they have to clear out that fire hydrant, you figure 1 to 2 people, depending on how packed down that snow is. When it's cold like today, anyone who has had to clear their driveway will attest to the fact that that snow is heavy, it is hard, and it is tough to move. So if a firefighter is having to spend that time moving that snow out of the way first, that could be 2-3 minutes that they're losing, as opposed to just pulling up, establishing the water supply, which that's about 1 minute tops, and getting that water going right away.
Yeah, fires do burn a lot hotter now, and Andrew, you can contest to this that it does takes time away from what really needs to be done if these aren't clear.
Oh yeah, minutes count.
Yeah, and other too. I mean, if it's totally covered, you might not be able to find it. Then it could be one of those scenarios.
Right,
Like
you
if
gotta
it's totally
dig for
covered,
you got to find it.
Yeah, you show up, and then you guys might have to,
Because now all of them have some of them have the pole sticking out of it, like for plowing and stuff, so you can find it, but not all of them have that.
I know a lot of them here in Fitchburg don't have that.
Yep,
So
exactly.
water utility, too, reminding you to do that as well. So not only Fitchburg Fire Department, but water utility wants you to make sure you take care of that. All right.
Yes.
We mentioned this in headlines, but I just want to put it up one more time that alternate side parking is in effect. And the key here is that on the even day nights, you need to park on the even side. And on the odd day night, well, I should say mornings. I guess we shouldn't say nights. It's the overnights. In the odd days, you got to park on the odd side. So these are in effect from 1 a.m. to 7 a.m. Through March 15th. So hopefully this morning you were on the even side. And tonight when you go to bed, you'll be on the odd side. So take advantage of not getting a ticket. Park on the right side of the street. All right. Also, you need to clear your sidewalks off. Yeah, from the last storm, per what the policy says here, it's easy. It's a little bit long, too. Snow and ice to be removed from sidewalks. The owner of each lot or part of a lot shall remove or cause to be removed all snow and ice which may have fallen or accumulated upon the sidewalk in front of the premise which he or she owns no later than 6 p.m. the day after the same has ceased to fall or accumulate. So snow ended yesterday. So you have through 6 p.m. tonight to get that cleared off per the policy here. So keep that in mind that if you haven't already done it, you need to get it done and taken care of when you can, as it is a policy here in the city of Fitchburg. All right, we wanted to quickly share some info on mailbox damage. If you have received mailbox damage, there's a couple things you need to know, and this would be related to plowing. So if your mailbox is actually struck by a snowplow, the city will repair or replace the mailbox. Now you got to pay attention here. Providing that it's a standard design that conforms with the U.S. Postal specification for minimal height and setback. Damages to non-standard mailbox assemblies that are located at the appropriate height and setback will be reimbursed for $15 for the mailbox and or $25 for the post to the property, with the property owner coordinating the repairs. Some examples of non-standard mailboxes are mailboxes with custom lettering, custom designing, or larger than the standard installation. So keep that in mind. Mailboxes should be installed and maintained to withstand snow coming off the end of a plow. If damage occurs due to snow discharge or snow storage, the city will not be responsible for repairs. So keep that in mind. Two, if city staff will investigate each complaint. So if an inspection shows that the mailbox was hit by a plow or a piece of equipment, a temporary mailbox will be installed, and then in spring the repairs will be made to install the permanent postal mailbox that, again, conforms to the U.S. postal specifications. So the Director of Public Works or Design Representative is authorized to use reasonable discretion for resolving disputes involving unusual circumstances. So by no means, and we've heard from Mark from Public Works the last 2 days that, I mean, they're not out there to hit your mailboxes by any means. But when the snow is heavy and it's coming off of there, it can do some damage. I've seen a lot of people, and Andrew, you live out in the countryside.
Yes.
So plows are moving a little bit faster out there.
Yes.
Do you put I've seen people put wood in front of it,
Yes.
metal. Do you do something to deflect that?
I personally don't. We have our neighbors in our box are right next to each other. We just haven't done anything. But yeah, my neighbor next to us on their own driveway has a big piece of 4x8 sheet. It's not that big, it's the size of their mailbox, and it has reflectors on it and their postal address, so you can still see that coming up.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
but the mailbox is right behind it.
Certainly, you could check in with our Public Works Department and ask if that would be suitable. But
if you're in rural, that's probably a good idea. But in town, I mean, if it's set back properly, I guess I don't know. They're not going as fast as they could out in rural.
No, and actually, when talking with Mark yesterday on the road, he said that their average speed is about 30 to 35. So, although again, still snow coming off the blade. I mean,
yeah, it's got some.
You got to get prepared, and you live in Wisconsin, so we need to take advantage. I mean, I lived out in the rural area too, where our mailbox was on a major highway, and it got knocked over the one year, and it wasn't by the plow; it was by the snow coming off of it, and so we had to secure it differently, which actually worked out better because now it's permanent, and now we don't live there anymore. The easy joke, man. All right, that does it for the digest. Coming up next, we're going to open up our guest segment here. We're going to be talking about the cold weather with Fitchburg EMS's Jeff Dotzlik. That's next right here on Talking Fitchburg.